Alright, we're going to be watching OverwatchSux, who's playing Ana. This is PC and Diamond 4 on Eichenwalde. Can't climb this season. I've been bouncing between Diamond 2 and Diamond 4 all season, and it's just constant win streak, followed by loss streak, repeat. I don't know what I need to be doing any better to finally climb, or even just stay in higher Diamond anymore, and my win rates on all my supports have been steadily dropping. Any advice would be helpful. So a few notes. Number one is I've actually reviewed OverwatchSux twice before. So the first one was in November, and they were Gold 1, and the next one was February, and they were Platinum 2. So now they're all the way to Diamond 4 and get as high as Diamond 2. So they're making really good progress, right? Gold to Plat to Diamond. So this is pretty much what you'd expect. Great job climbing to where you are. Number one. Number two is your win rates on all your heroes will drop as you climb because the games get harder, right? Eventually, all heroes, all players will reach 50-50 at some point in time, assuming you don't continually keep improving past the rest of the player base. So it's perfectly normal that you'll have super high win rates or relatively high win rates when you're lower, and then you'll get better, and you'll climb a bit, and then you'll meet people who are as good as you, and then your win rates will go back to 50-50. So that happens, right? I think that the overall theme here is not so much like focusing on win rates per se, but like what more do you need to be doing, right? How do you elevate your level of play from where you are right now? Which I watched the first like 5 minutes of this. I can tell you that there's a lot of areas that you still need to improve upon to get into Masters, right? Or high diamond even consistently. So let's take a look. Start here. This is a pretty normal default location for Ana to be playing. So you see Doom already. As soon as you see Doom, you should think dive, right? Understand you are one of the primary dive targets for Doom, so I should always be thinking, okay, am I safe from Doom here, or will the Doom sacrifice himself to get a kill on me, at least, right? We'll be in a situation where if I'm stacked around my team, if he kills me, he'll die for it, okay, so be it, right? I still have to be in a position to make a play, so I can't be too far back. So you see Doom, you see Pharah here, so Pharah's going to be a huge problem for you as well, right? Constantly going to be popping rockets at you, you have to get out of the way, yeah. So you dodge that. One thing to recognize is when you repeat this angle, the Pharah is going to be looking for you again. Right? As soon as she clears this, she's going to be looking for you right away. And then ideally she should be firing rockets at you. It's pretty unusual that she's not. But something to think about is that coming from the same spot, she will re-attack this. Now, I'm not saying that because you actually have any other options right now. You pretty much only have this angle, this position to play. But just something to think about is in other situations, you might be able to re-peek from another spot. So for example, if you were fighting over here and your team ends up winning the fight, you might start the next fight from over here, for example, okay? Or from playing from this doorway or this doorway, right? So you got a few options here. Just something to think about is they'll be looking at that spot again. Junkrat's firing a lot of spam right now. The correct call is, hey, your Doom's nowhere close to dying, number one. Number two, your Moira's up here, so your Doom's definitely not going to die. It's really not your job to keep the Doom up at all, frankly, in the situation. You should be mostly making sure to keep the Cassidy alive and then also damaging whatever you can, right? With a Moira on your team playing standard, like, main tank support Moira, you pretty much don't have to heal your Doom at all, like, not very much, and you should be focusing on picking the Pharah out of the sky, the Pharah and the Mercy, and the Junkrat. So don't worry so much on healing him. These grenades are coming out. You can see the spam is coming. You re-peek this, and then you decide to throw this grenade, despite the fact that there was a grenade coming right at you, and you ate this huge shot, and that takes you out of the fight. This loss in uptime is really important. At high diamond, low masters, players don't do this, right? You're going to shoot, right? And then you step out, despite the fact that Junkrat has 5 mines, or 5 grenades, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and we know a 5th one's coming. And if we look at the Junkrat, right, 0 for 5. This is something that you need to know. You need to learn this to get higher levels. Like, how many shots does Junkrat has? Oh, he has 5? How many have I seen? Not 5? Okay, he's probably going to spam them all. Because the Junkrat's just shooting them at you. Right? Same spot over and over again. He's being smart. He's not shooting the Doom, right? Doesn't want to power the Doom. He's just shooting over the Doom at you, and you just walk into that, and it takes you out of the fight. And you being out of the fight means you can't influence the fight, which means if they push in right now, you have no ability to control space, you can't get a pick, you can't keep people alive, blah, 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 blah. Again, I want to make it very clear. High diamond, low masters, Anas, do not eat that grenade that just came out from the Junkrat. And because of this, you're going to have to play very, very safe because you might die right now. And see how your Sombra is going to die. And this is just very unlucky, right? She basically comes to the teleporter. She happens to come out into this Junkrat. Like, there's very little she could have done here other than go this way. But if you were not hit by that grenade, you would have been here. You could have healed her right away when she came out, and she wouldn't have died. This pick loses you the fight. So you, right, your personal mistake cost your team the fight. Now, could your team have done other things better? Yeah, they could have. But the point is we focus on your play, right? Your play here, your mistake cost your team the fight. That's number one. Number two here is this is a bad grenade. because no one can follow up on this grenade. It's way too far away. It's very lucky it hits the Junkrat here. It's very lucky that he's peeking at all right now. But honestly, even if he does get killed, the Mercy's here and get the res, save the grenade, right? There's no reason to chuck the grenade now. And now that the grenade's over, you see how their team is stepping up because now there is suddenly no pressure on them, right? You're no longer here shooting at an angle, and the Somber's been picked, so now they start walking forwards. And at this point, you get probably frustrated with the left side angle. You tend to play right side. There's no reason to play close right. If anything, you should be playing far right. Ana has just no advantage in playing closer like this. You got to be taking a shot or something at this point. Like all this dead time right now, like let's count how long you are not doing anything. All right, so you're gonna eat this grenade. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 seconds go by where you heal nobody, you deal no damage, you don't have any sleeps, you don't throw any grenades. That is fight losing, right? At all levels of play, that is fight losing. You basically completely took yourself out of the play, partially from getting hit by the grenade, partially from a bad rotation, partially from not doing anything on that rotation, right? And then rotating back again. Yeah, that's how you lose fights, right? You just got to do something to win. You don't do anything, you're not going to win. Anyway, beyond that, you're going to throw this grenade, which I think is reasonable. I would have probably followed up with a sleep on at least one of the targets, like for example the Ana, who's probably waiting to grenade here is my guess. Yep. Try to sleep the Ana here, and then just immediately just start shooting. Even if the Doom dies here, try to get a kill. If you can't save him, get a kill. Right? You could see, for example, the Junkrat here is going to get low. Like you throw this, like why aren't you shooting right now? Like, what is the reason to not be shooting at this moment in time? Like, your APM, actions per minute, is very low, right? You could have gotten 2 darts in here easily before, right? 3 if you actually shot, if you thought to shoot as soon as you get around the corner, right? Come shoot, grenade, shoot, right? We'll do it in real time, okay? So, around the corner, shoot, grenade, shoot, right? Like, you can get more actions in, and you're shooting a Doom who is blocking, empowering his punch, which now makes his kill super easy. Right? So he nearly kills you with this. Right? Very, very lucky he misses shotgun shots on you. And at this point, it's 3 on 5. Now 2 on 5, fight's over. Right? Nothing here matters. So, next fight, you see the Doom ulti you hear it, so you should automatically be splitting up your team, getting ready to rotate. Like right now, you do not want to clump with your team, which is a mistake. You should be walking directly away from the center. Instead, you walk left into it. You jump, by the way, which also is bad, which makes it easier for the Doom if he was targeting you. He can instantly kill you right now. So you take more damage on the slam than necessary, because you would have taken less if you walked backwards, and you jump, which made it easier for him to turn. I mean, a 180 isn't likely here, but a 180 punching you into the car would result in the kill right now. Altogether, just bad play. Right? You don't look... Okay, let's finish this segment, okay? So we're gonna look at fair, miss, right? Either of those 2 darts kills the Pharaoh here. So you don't look like a high diamond Ana player, okay? There's so many mistakes that are adding up. Like, you're inefficient on all the things, like you shot the Doom here right now who's blocking. Okay? You can see him right now, you can see he's blocking, you see that everyone else has stopped shooting at him, and then you shoot at him, which now triggers the empowered punch. Okay? It's lucky that he misses it, but like, that's sloppy, right? I'm not even sure that you know how Doom's punch works, right? Considering how often you keep shooting him when he's blocking. So he charges in right now. Again, now that your warrior has switched to Mercy, it's your job to keep the tank alive. So you should recognize that, right? So Doom goes in. Mercy's fine. I would step forward now. Because your D.Va's around the corner. You can't see the D.Va. You shouldn't be playing this far back. There's no need to reload. I mean, I guess you're down to 1. Yeah. Reload right now. Yeah. Reload. Step forward. You're so late on this rotation. Right? You could have gotten 3 darts into the D.Va right now. Right? That's like what? Like 225 health-ish. Now your team is super low, you get nervous, and you pop Nano here, just because you're afraid you're going to lose your tank. This is a mistake. Your team's already killed the Doom, you have high ground control, you have plenty of space, your D.Va should not die. I mean, she might actually get demeched here because you made a mistake, but this is an unnecessary Nano, right? It's a 5-on-4 situation, your team should already win this. So, you've wasted ulti here. Just all around, like lots and lots of mistakes. You fire this grenade, but the second you threw this grenade, you should have immediately scoped and shot the Junkrat or your D.Va or anybody, right? Reactions here are slow, aim here is slow, right? Everything here is just not high diamond level, Okay, there's like so much you can do here. You can literally do like twice as much healing, twice as much damage based on where you are right now. You gotta get in there. Right? Your diva's in. She goes in. Like whether or not her going in is a mistake or not is irrelevant. If you lose your tank, the fight is over anyway. So step up right now. Okay? It does not matter whether or not the tank is making a mistake or not, because if you were like, oh, the tank's being stupid, I'm just sit here and let the tank die, how are you gonna win the fight anyway, right? It's still gonna be a 3-on-5. Just step up and try to support the diva, and hopefully Diva's make a play. Diva dove, got a kill. Are you helping the diva? You are not. You chuck a grenade that has zero chance of hitting anyone, right? You can see where the diva is. You can hear the sound. You can tell that everyone's going to be around the corner fighting her in there. You should already be here, throwing a grenade deep in, healing your diva, keeping her alive. But instead, you're chilling way back here, not trying to save your tank at all. And again, as a reminder, with Moira gone, you should be pocketing the tank. If the tank loses health and dies, it is very often your fault. And at this point, you should just get chased down and killed. You're very lucky that Doom's going to jump off the map here. But this should have been a steamroll loss from there. Like, I think you're over prioritizing your own life in exchange for not actually doing any value in these fights. You play ultra safe, really far angles where you can't affect anything. So you should not be surprised if you lose because you're just not doing anything. So stepping forwards. So, by the way, one thing to think about is you can take opportunities between fights to rotate and, for example, take high ground here. With the Pharah, it's not great, but it's also not terrible. Like, you can always drop low if you have to, but that makes it harder for the Doom to engage on you because he has to use Slam to get verticality first. But you can also drop low to dodge punches and things like that. Because now you're on the low ground. Stuffer, he's going to slam into you. So Doom is really not done a lot of damage to you. You're being pocketed by the Mercy, which means there's almost no chance that you're going to die as long as there is an empowered punch here. Now, you're going to hear the Pharah in the air. Right? You should hear Conk right there. Then you hear the rocket. Then this happens right now. It is your job to sleep this Pharah. Like, I understand you're fighting the Doom, but you're also being pocketed, which means you're not going to die to the Doom anyway. You should recognize, hey, look, I'm safe to the Doom. What is happening? I hear the Pharah conk in. Pharah concussing in is pretty much always going to be an ultimate, right? It's an ultimate, or she's looking to two-shot somebody. It's your job to hit this sleep. Are you looking for the sleep? You're not. You grenade yourself despite having nearly full health. Right? You're at 162 when you throw this grenade, which is obviously really bad. You go for the sleep way too late, and your team has died. You know, your team is doing their job, right? Like your Mercies did the right call, pocketing you through that whole dive. You're just not doing anything. You know, Mercy sees it right away, heals you right away. You're fine. You're good. You're even being DM'd right now. Like, you're totally good right now. You're just not doing your job, which is sleeping the Pharah. Right? It's an easy sleep for you. Trying to come out here. One thing I would think about is probably trying to split the angles. Instead of running through with my whole team out the left door, I probably would run through right door here and let the rest of my team go to the left door. That way we don't all get caught up in the choke. Yeah, you need a grenade. Oh my god, that's so lucky. As soon as that punch goes off, you need to turn into the ground and nade yourself and the Doom. That sleep had no chance, and then you walk into it. I don't think you know how Doom works. So, based on everything I've seen, I think you have no idea how to play against Doom. Like, I don't think you understand how his abilities work. I recommend that you read the Doomfist entry on the Overwatch wiki to understand how his abilities work, right? So, for example, when he blocks, if he takes 100 damage, then he ends up empowering his punch. The punch ends up coming out instantly, does extra damage, does his knockback, etc., right? But for the Doomfist ulti, when he puts it down, this does 300 damage in the center, and it drops all the way down to, I don't know the number offhand, but like 50 or 100 damage on the outside. You definitely don't want to be walking towards the center of the circle, right? Like, you would have time that you could have just walked off this way, but instead you just walk straight into it. Like, you have plenty of time to react to this, right? You also still have grenade here, and you don't even use it. I'm not getting a vibe that you're like trying all that hard to win. Like, it feels like you're very much just autopiloting, like sitting in the back and being like, well, I guess, you know, I win or I lose based on what my team does. But you have enormous ability to impact the outcome of the game. Missed that sleep. That's unfortunate. It was close, though. This is a bad EMP, but it's going to work out with high noon. Right, you walk forward. You're going to try to get picks here. This is correct. Looking for them. Yeah, this is all good. We're just cleaning up. Why did you grenade here? Because you ate one rocket? Yeah, I mean, your Mercy's right here. I would just ping X, right? Call for healing. Don't throw a grenade there. Again, if your D.Va's playing up there, you play up here. I don't care if you're getting spam. Play up here. Right? Left card, right side of the card, right side of the card, jump on top of the card. You got lots of options here. Don't play this far back. You are 2 corners back, so how can you help your D.Va right now? Your Mercy doesn't want to be healing the D.Va. Like, your Mercy wants to be pocketing your DPS. This is the wrong situation. Like, you should be up there. Right? Now that your D.Va's fallen back one corner, you fall back one corner too. I don't know what causes you to pop this nano. There's 5 people all set up with cover. There's no meaningful advantage here. I don't know what the... If I was a caster, I'd be like, what do you want me to do here? Right? Like, everyone's just covering. What is he supposed to do? It's not like he's missing. He's just nobody he can kill. Right? Like, he is literally, like, until this Pharah decides to concussive in, which is a huge mistake, this is a highly questionable nano. I mean, I think it's unquestionably a mistake. I don't know why you're chasing this. So only the Pharah is dead right now. There's still a possibility you can get picked by the soldier on the right side. Like, the soldier could easily turn here and go zap, 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 right click, and you die instantly. You should not be here in this hallway. I feel like you think that it's a chase down situation, but with 4 people, especially with Doom, it's very possible you can still die here. You should not be this aggressive. All right, now it's 5-on-3. You should be good. That's a good grenade. Yeah, kill Pharah. Great. So things are starting to stabilize here. You're gonna die to. So you see the grenades coming to your right. You should be strafing to the left. Instead, you strafe to the right. All right, watch again. Grenade going to your right. Rocket going to your right. First and second grenade both are going to your right, and the rocket's going to your right. You should be going to the left right now. You just walk to the right and you eat them and die. That doesn't happen to high diamond Annas. Like, that's a very straightforward, like, just dodge spam, right? You just gotta be looking at it. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward. I'm gonna jump past this and just go to offense. Do you end up holding it? You end up holding it. Great. So we're coming out right now. So there's more on your team. So again, your focus should be healing the DPS and dealing your own damage, right? You're no longer the quote unquote like main healer. You're kind of like the off healer. Again, these are really weird peaks. Like, you gotta do a little like jiggle peek right here to check when that spam is coming. The spam's been a huge problem for you all game long. Right? Do a jiggle peek, see if he's shooting. If he's shooting, wait for the shooting to stop, then peek it. Right? Now is your window where you should be peeking. But because you're already injured, you're not peeking, which means that you're wasting this window. And by the time you start peeking again, the spam is there. You're just totally out of sync with the spam, right? So, again, let's look at this. Let's look from here. 1. Right? I assume he's probably reloading right now. 1, 2. Right, 3. Okay, I expect, again, no shooting means he's probably reloading. Here comes the next burst. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 5. Great. Now I'm good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm good. But the problem is you're injured. Okay, you start again. 1, 2. Yeah, see, like, it's like very straightforward. You just need to know, like, what is the spam pattern. You're having so much trouble with the spam. Okay, you decide to switch to this angle, which is okay. I mean, it's potentially really dangerous, but if you're having so much trouble with the choke, I can understand this. Yep. Just sleep him here. So you're... Wait, what? I just heard Reinhardt, but I don't see a Reinhardt. This is very confusing. Did she switch to Reinhardt briefly? Oh yeah, you switched to Reinhardt briefly. I'm like, what the heck? You don't want to be frontlining right now. Yeah, you see, you eat another dynamite. This is really bad because now you don't have grenade. This is actually an amazing grenade opportunity if you threw a grenade right here. But you don't have grenade because you wasted it on yourself. You sleep the Junkrat. You're like, I can feel like the tilt here, right? You're trying really, really hard to make a play, but you don't have grenade, right? And you're frontlining as an Ana, which is totally unnecessary. Doom dives on you. Okay, so quick tip about Doomfist ulti. So Doomfist ulti requires line of sight, which means, for example, if you're standing right here, you cannot take any damage from it. So if you're worried about Doomfist ulti, you can play right here and then wait for him to go on top of you and then go around the corner. Or if he goes over here, then you walk back this way and go the other side. Right? Playing near a corner, very, very helpful to stay alive. So this is tough. Doomfist pops ulti here. Soldier is going to die to Dynamite on the left. But honestly, this feels is more the Soldier's fault. There's not much you could have done in that situation. And the Soldier should have heard Doomfist ulti and played slow. Again, another grenade that is off target, and also no one is able to follow up. Like, even if you hit the Ana here, the Ana's just going to cover and no one's going to get this kill. So your grenade timing is really poor. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot you can do there. You played back. Someone else should have helped you with this one. This I think is fine. I probably would have maintained. So one small thing is, I would have retreated this way because you hear the tires on the left. So I like this path to keep maximum LOS instead of walking left. See, when you got to the left, you give time for the tire to come towards you. If you'd come this way, you would have been in better shape and gotten a chance to get a second shot in. But like, of your deaths, I think that one was probably fine. So as a reminder of Kiriko here, you should be focusing on the tank. So Visor's popped, but Kitsune Rush is already popped. Visor's been popped. I think you probably don't need Nano here. After you sleep the Doom, immediately nade him, because in that situation, everyone's going to focus him down right away. I would have thrown grenade into the room, into the top left, like splashed it in here to try to confirm the kill on the Ashe. All right, so yeah, okay, all right. So there's a lot happening right now. So if I look at this, I can see, okay, the Kiriko's pocketing the D.Va. D.Va's already killed Ashe. I don't have to worry about it. The Mercy is right here rezzing on your right, and you're completely oblivious to the sound cue, right? You can hear it right now. You have nade, right? You have darts. I think the Sombra's even come over here and try to get the hack on her. Like, any sort of help from here kills the Mercy. And then from here, right, you see the Sombra's going to get punched. Like, you had the ability to nade right now and save the Sombra. Sombra's going to die. You get a hit by this, and then Doomfist ulti gets popped. So right now, so let's do it again. Right there, you should be backing away from your team and looking for a quarter. So like, this doorway is fine, right? Stay right here in this doorway and get ready to move to the left or right side of the doorway. Go here, great. Tuck in behind the left edge. You see how you are not tucking in behind the left edge? So I know it's like not a lot of time, but like that's what higher level Anas are like. Like, they've done the same. They've been dove by a Doomfist ulti hundreds of times, and not thousands of times. They're very, very used to this technique. So you'd be like, okay, Doomfist coming down, great. So we see the spot. You should be walking to the left and going behind the corner. Instead, you jiggle back into the center, and then you die to this ulti. Completely unnecessarily. There is no reason for you to have died there. And you should have taken 0 damage and then killed the Junkrat. Right? And then after killing the Junkrat, you probably can kill the Ana here very easily. I don't know if Redeemer's even going to win this. Oh, man. Ana's doing a great job staying alive. You see how like, this Ana's doing a phenomenal job staying alive, which is what you just are completely unable to do. Oh, my God. Kill the Ana. Someone please kill the Ana. Yeah, see? You're going to lose this fight because of you. Like, all you had to do was avoid the Doomfist ulti. Oh, man. This fight's taking forever. Okay, you come in, you pop Nano. I mean, by this point, theoretically, Nano shouldn't be necessary, but okay. I'm going to stop there. Actually, let me review, like, the last fight, maybe. Alright, so we're in last fight territory. You have ulti. Kitsune Rush is popped. So you have ulti. Torb has ulti. Your D.Va almost has ulti. Coalescence is being popped right now, and Sombra's getting popped. So pretty good. I mean, their ult economy is pretty comparable, though. Definitely in danger of a Rip Tires and up, which is huge. You need to be peeking right now. Oh, God. Alright, so this is unfortunate. So you have time right here to sleep straight dead on, right? Dead on at the Junker Queen is probably fight winning right now. Instead, you walk into it, you don't even try to sleep it. You pop Nano on the Sombra, who's the worst possible target to be nanoing. Actually, did you go for this? I think you went for the Moira? I think you're trying to save the Moira with Nano, which by the way doesn't actually work when she's purple because it doesn't heal her. So that was a huge misplay. Nanoing the Torb or the Diva here would have been massive, right? Sombra if you're absolutely desperate, but that's a big mistake, and then you just walk up and die. Okay, so let's stop there. In summary, one, you're just not doing a lot of things. Like your APM is pretty low. Like you're not constantly shooting, you're not constantly being aware, right? You're not constantly moving around, getting in the right position. I think that's a big problem. Number one. Number two, specifically, you're really struggling with the Doomfist matchup, especially against this ultimate where you're consistently making literally the worst possible call, often running towards the center of his ultimate, which is no good, but also charging his blocks, which are killing you/your team. So that's a serious problem. Number three is your grenades are bad. You basically never throw a grenade that ends up resulting in a pick. So I would say grenades are really, really bad. And number four, I would say your nanos are bad too, right? I don't think you're popping nano on people when they actually can use it to win a fight, and it doesn't feel like you have a good sense of like what that means, right? So for example, if you have a Winston who's about to dive in, right? Pop nano, great, he goes in and gets kills, right? But for example, the Winston jumps back to you, and then you pop nano. What's he gonna do with it? He doesn't have jump, That same thing applied when you pop Cassidy. You pop nano to Cassidy here when the team was really far away and behind cover. Like, what's the Cassidy gonna do? You have perfect accuracy. Like, he can't kill anyone. So that's the kind of thing that you have to think about before you pop nano. Like, understanding how the other heroes and roles in the game play is very, very important to playing nano. All right, I will stop there. I think that's a pretty good list for now, and probably gives you a lot to work on. So hopefully this is helpful to you, and maybe we'll see you in a next video when you're in Masters.